I don't think I've ever polished faster in my life. This is not necessarily what I normally would do. Take a look at that trim, and then take a look at that trim. So it's just restored so well. It is time to clean this 1997 BMW, almost 30 years old, full of grime. Take a look at the passenger side mirror. You see the bug guts. Take a look at the faded trim. In the last video, I had planned to do the entire vehicle, but the wheels were so much work. Guess what though? They came clean with Detail Co. wheel and tire cleaner. Fantastic job. That's what I would normally do first. I would do wheel and tires first, but then I would foam everything on. I do my contact wash, then maybe I do the wheels. That's if I'm in the DIY Detail system and I know how each product works. As I get to know Detail Co., I know it's such a strong cleaner. I wanted to do that first, and it did an amazing job. I literally just did wheels in that video. The wheels are done. So we're gonna start with Detail Co. Decon shampoo. Obviously this paint could use a lot of work. We're gonna do this very quickly. We're gonna try to get bang for buck, a nice, easy to do wash, but a nice deep clean. So I'm gonna show you how to deeply clean, how to really exfoliate this paint. We're not gonna go in depth, we're not gonna do 10 out of 10, we're not gonna do the rabbit hole, but we are gonna address some of these issues that you see, the faded trim, stuff stuck on the paint, just some issues that give this kind of less of a pop than it really deserves. So let's get started with Decon shampoo from Detail Co. This is Decon shampoo. This is Decon shampoo in the Quiver Foam Cannon, diluted 10 to 1. As always, save 10% on any products you see in this video, including the Quiver Foam Cannon. Use promo code Nick at Night. That's one word, Nick at Night at thehouseofrags.com. Now I've been playing with Decon shampoo on a couple of cars so far, and what I really like about it, what I've really noticed is it has this insane, not just dwell time, but this cling. I know dwell time and cling kind of seem like the same thing, but it doesn't feel like it's going anywhere. So it's really ripping stuff off the paint. Let's take a look over here at the bug guts that are on that side mirror. Those are getting worked on as well. I really want to maximize my dwell time here without letting it dry. Again, I'm not in direct sunlight, but I'm new to a lot of these products. It's old paint, right? It's 30-year-old paint. Just a good amount of dwell time. Look at that just cling to the windshield though. So we're just getting really, really good clingy foam here. It's working for us. But as it starts to dry there here on the back, I'm gonna go ahead and rinse this off and make sure nothing gets damaged, because I know it's a very powerful cleaner. I wouldn't assume that would happen. But when you're using a product for the first time, I would not overly let it dwell. I would let it dwell just enough time to start to work. We're gonna let it dwell though, we're gonna rinse it, and then we're gonna continue the cleaning process. No agitation, about 80% of those bug guts came off. We don't have to do everything with the foam and the rinse. We're doing the foam rinse chemical here. We're actually gonna do a hybrid wash. Just stay tuned for that. We don't need to do everything here. We've had a lot of grit on here. We're trying to rinse the grit away. The grit goes away first, then we address traffic film with our rinseless wash and agitation. So the pressure washer is doing a lot, but again, we don't have to do everything yet. Remember, it's bug gut season, summertime, so I'm saving the front bumper till last, giving that chemical the most dwell time possible before I rinse it off. Not sure if you can see it, but when we washed it the last time, we did quick beads on the wheels, and boy, are they beating up nicely. Why did I foam them again? Just creature of habit. I should have not even foamed the wheels. They were perfect, but I did what I did. So you see the beading? They're gonna be super easy to wipe out at the end. We'll do the front bumper, and then we'll get to the next step. If you know me, you know I love foam, and I love the Decon shampoo power there. I could have easily used DIY Detail Incredible Suds or All Clean, but I love the idea of the Decon shampoo. This is Nick at Night. We use different products than just DIY Detail. Now, what I want to do is use rinseless wash. DIY Detail rinseless wash, diluted 256 to 1. You could spray this on garden sprayer, 16-ounce sprayer, whatever you want. I'm getting it on the surface. I want to address the lubrication side of here. So when I wash, I want a product on the paint first. So I'm just going to do a bathe the car in rinseless wash, diluted 256 to 1. This is how I wash effectively and efficiently Rinseless wash is also a really nice lubrication for my clay process, which is what I'm gonna do after I wash. So I'm gonna wash first, and then with the rinseless wash still on the surface, then we're gonna decontaminate with a clay towel, right? And so I want rinseless wash still on the surface to lube. It's a little bit less foaming, a little bit less water in here. It gets humid, it gets hot. Just giving this one more bath of rinseless wash before we do our contact wash. In my bucket, DIY Detail rinseless wash. On the paint, rinseless wash. In my bucket, the perfectly safe wash brush from DIY Detail. Yes, you can wash very safely with the brush. No pressure on the brush. Let the chemical and the fibers do the work for you. Most of what was gonna get dislodged, interestingly enough, already got dislodged in the foaming of the Decon shampoo. But no, now with some agitation, I'm watching stuff move, which I love. After every panel, re-dunk my perfectly safe brush. I actually want it sopping wet. Usually we say, on the verge of dripping. Not now, folks. Now, we want it sopping wet. Maybe a little more pressure on glass. No pressure on paint, a little pressure on glass. The Decon towel should address that. We love a small car here in the DIY Detail garage, Utah edition. We also love the perfectly safe brush on big trucks. You don't have to reach across the roof, don't have to get on ladders. Excellent way to wash your vehicle. Rinseless wash is the efficiency king. We love efficiency around here, don't we? Working panel by panel. And because I'm doing the foam rinse first, all the grit that you might be like, oh, why are you using that on the lowers? You should wait till the last part of your wash to do the lowers. If I've properly foamed on and I've thoroughly rinsed, these lowers shouldn't be a huge issue for me. Just dunk it back in my bucket and keep on washing. I always like to have my wash bucket ahead of me. So I'll wash a section. Instead of having to go behind me, I dunk my wash brush in the bucket. I don't have to walk as far, right? And slowly, gradually, I work my way toward that bucket. You might hear a little thunk. The plastic head of the perfectly safe brush is actually softer than your clear coat. So if it hits the paint, it's not gonna leave a mark, it's not a big deal. This perfectly safe brush, thousands have been sold, thousands of happy detailers. You can kind of hear it in my voice, right? I'm trying to really be efficient and get this job done quickly. Now we're gonna finish this wash on the front bumper. Perfectly safe brush works so well on the front bumper, the front grille. You might be able to see this little thing. I think we're gonna have to use a decontamination towel to get that off. And just like that, we've washed. So we have rinseless wash on the surface of our lubricant. You see something like this, one spray of iron remover, one spray on my Decon towel, and I'm just gonna use no pressure whatsoever and just kind of work that for a while. Now my actual quad fold towel, it fell in the dirt really badly and got nasty. So I'm using a not available to the public, one-sided Decon towel, which is not efficient, not super safe because it doesn't have the 4 sides. I would say don't really use this on anything except for glass, but this is kind of an emergency. So we're gonna work really quickly, really lightly shaving off above surface contaminants with a combination of iron remover and this towel. So we're gonna work our way around the paint and the glass and the plastics before the next step. There's gonna be a lot of dunking in the bucket for me here because usually we dunk after every panel. And in this case, I don't have 4 sides of my Decon towel, I just have the one. So I could use a clay bar, but I feel like a clay bar for sure will mar this paint up. I don't wanna mar it up. I'm using no pressure whatsoever. I've got lots of lubrication from the rinseless wash here. I just have to, the caveat here is I just have to dunk this in my wash bucket after every panel. We're not going for 100% decontamination here. We're just trying to lightly get everything off. And when I say 100%, I'm not trying to drive everything away. If there's something that doesn't move, spray the iron remover on there, let it sit for a while, come back to it and hit it with the towel. There's a couple of spots that feel very, it's been sitting under a tree or something, big chunk of something, I don't know what it is. I may address that with tree sap remover later. I may just let it sit and come back and see if it moves. Let chemicals dwell. Our iron remover can dry on the surface, no problem. And whatever remaining bug guts were on there are now gone. I dipped this in my rinseless wash bucket, one spray of iron remover on the towel, one on the paint that still has rinseless wash as my lubrication. And I just go ahead and work this ever so gently with no pressure over every surface. Oh yeah, I love this towel on the front windshield. This is where you're gonna have all those bug guts, those nasty bug guts that just don't come off with the wiper blades. And the Decon towel just shaves them off with ease. Love that. Putting this back in the bucket after every panel. Let's go. If you think the panel is drying up on you, just put some more rinseless wash on the surface. Again, that's your bed of lubrication. That's your key. Lubrication is safety. We don't want to introduce any marring, any scratching. None of that's happening on my watch. That's why we always err on the side of more lubrication. Do not forget to decontaminate your windows, not just your front windows, your side windows. There's all kinds of weird stuff on this glass. And we are shaving it off now. We're doing the hard work, the good stuff, the rewarding stuff. Some weird staining on the silver paint is coming off with this Decon process. We love that. There was a little brown drop. Looked like someone had dropped syrup on there. Came off in the Decon towel. I'm just wiping it right away. Or I'm just dunking it back in the towel right away. Oh, you can just like feel the layers of slime and tree droppings or whatever's on here. Bug guts. The owner's gonna love having a clean windshield thanks to the decontamination towel. You can find any of the products you see in this video at thehouseofrags.com, by the way. Just use promo code Nick at Night. It's one word, promo code Nick at Night. They'll save you 10% off your order. thehouseofrags.com. I told you we were rocking and rolling today, right? Decontamination done, let's rinse. Not sure if you can see that, but our iron remover did dry on the surface. Not a big deal. Let's just go ahead and rinse it as soon as we realize it dried. Again, not a big deal, but as soon as it's dried like that, I'm like, okay, it's definitely time to rinse. Don't want to have it happen, but if it does, not the end of the world. There is like zero water behavior on this paint, which is to say completely flat, no beading, no protection. We're gonna change that, but not just yet. No decontamination is complete without water spot remover. We're gonna do a quick mineral cleanse here. Okay, the idea with water spot remover, get it on the paint, get it on the glass, get it on the plastics. Just spray it on and then agitate it in with a rinseless wash dampened towel or Incredible Suds dampened towel. Whatever you've got, this is going to cleanse the minerals that are stuck on there before we were to polish or apply protection. If we don't get rid of the minerals, we're not fully exfoliating this paint properly. If you're polishing out water spots, you don't use water spot remover first, guess what? There might be minerals left. You polish, but you didn't get rid of the minerals first. You just drive the minerals down into the paint, those water spots return. So we want water spot remover everywhere. We want to do this the right way. Let's go. I take a level 1 towel from thehouseofrags.com or DIY Detail. This is the DIY Detail variant, but all of our towels are powered by the House of Rags. So the level 1 is a short nap, pearl weave, fantastic coating leveling towel. I'm using this to just see how far I can take this decontamination, right? We're giving this a full bath. We're doing the glass. We're doing the paint. We're driving the water spot remover in with a lightly dampened towel, not a damp towel. You want it basically wrung out until there's nothing left. And then you go ahead and you just color in between the lines. No pressure. Don't need to switch the sides because we've already deep cleaned this, rinsed it, deep cleaned it, done all the things. Very easy to see where you've been, where you haven't, which is great. Rinse this out under water. Don't put it back in your wash bucket. Lactic acid doesn't mix with a lot of your wash media. So rinse this out with water, put it in a bucket of water, whatever you need to do, but rinse it out, and we'll wash this as normal with everything else. Okay, final rinse. If this does give some water beading, it means there was some beading left to give on this paint. If there's no beading left, this is what the paint had underneath. Let's see. Okay, there's some limited activity on the hood. Let's check it out. Remember before, this paint was completely flat. Grabbing my weapon of mass drawing from the House of Rags. Again, I had this arbitrary deadline I've set for myself. It's about 40 minutes from now, and I'm like, what would my biggest ROI be, my biggest return on investment? Would it be plastic restore and protect and just do a spray sealant on the paint? Or would it be to do a quickie polish and maybe put some tire lotion on the trim? And I'm kind of erring on the side of, can I just do a quickie polish? Because that's one thing the enthusiast at home, or that's one thing this guy at home, most people aren't polishing on their own. Now you, as an avid detailer, welcome to the House of Rags YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed, you should do that, by the way. But you know how to polish, and if you don't, this is a great way to learn, right? But polishing is just gonna do something for this paint, just a quick restoration of the pop that will permanently restore the gloss. I'm gonna try a quickie polish. So a quick dry with this, we're gonna get right to polishing and see what we can accomplish. The goal here is a quick, and I mean very quick polish. One spray of the gold standard polish on a rinseless wash dampen pad. We're doing a quickie polish. Just get in, get out. Speed 3, boom, boom, boom. Just lightly brighten, clean, shine up this paint. And when I say quick, I mean a couple passes. Just up, down, left, right. Speed 3, deeply cleaning and shining up this paint. I am polishing this old trim as well, so because it's getting my pad really dirty, I am gonna use my pad washer kind of frequently here. Rinseless wash in my pad, one spray of the gold standard polish. We just keep working. We're cranking, baby. We're gonna get it done. Take a look at that trim, and then take a look at that trim. So it's just restored so well with the gold standard polish. You can see my technique here. Fresh spray of polish, speed 3. We're just brightening here. We're not going after scratches. This is 30-year-old paint. We don't want to be heroes, we just want to brighten it up. If there's deep scratches, let them be. A lot of oxidized trim we're dealing with here. We're gonna have to keep this going. Cleaning up pretty well though, and that's not a huge deal to have a little bit of that oxidation. It'll clean as it goes on this pad. I like to keep the pad washer ahead of me, and we keep going. Basically for me, if I still see polish residue on the surface, like these half circles of gold standard polish, I'm gonna keep going. When I stop seeing that, I'll clean my pad. I don't think I've ever polished faster in my life. This is not necessarily what I normally would do. I'm focusing on this trim, which is really oxidized. I've got most of the painted surfaces pretty well. It's a fantastic combination of time, effort, and results. What's fascinating is plastic over here is really restoring pretty well, but you see this line, this is its own individual piece of plastic, and this is so oxidized, it's not even coming back. This is such a good candidate for trim, restore, and protect, but we decided to polish instead of doing that. So we're gonna have to do the best we can and just call it. The owner knows his expectations are very low. We're gonna call that polish. Now I'm gonna use a rinseless wash dampen towel to wipe, a spray of Envy to protect, and we're done. Okay, so I can see the polish residue where I've polished. That's the great news. I take a rinseless wash dampen towel, and all I'm gonna do is use it to bite through the polishing oils. It's a great way to start the wipe down. Now, a lot of people like the dry wipe down. That's fine, but for this method, you kind of treat it like it's still wet paint, right? And then it's like it's rinseless wash on the surface, drying aid, boom. Maybe 1-2 sprays of Envy ceramic detail spray on the paint. And so that's my drying aid. So it was kind of like wet with rinseless, right? Like we just washed it. Now I've got my drying aid, Envy, and where I sprayed is where I've wiped with the rinseless, and we'll just do that across the whole vehicle and watch this thing shine to a beautiful shine. Is that even a saying? Oh man, are you starting to see the shine on that front end? Doesn't that look incredible? All right, let's keep it going. Ooh, I'm panting, what a workout. Look at that front end, isn't that just fantastic for the ROI on time versus results? Okay, we're wiping down with a rinseless wash dampened towel. We know where we've been, that's why I like this polish, gold standard polish. In fact, I love it. I can leave the polish residue on the surface, right? So I know exactly where have I polished, where have I not polished. And I can leave the polish there for the entire detail. Right at the end, do the final wipe down. There are just bits of trim that kind of came off as I polished. Remember the before images, they were not pretty. So I was just double checking my towel there. I don't know how all of this trim is gonna look once it's dried. Again, Trim, Restore, and Protect is exactly what this needed. It didn't exactly get what it needed. But I had to make a determination, given the amount of time I had, what the customer was expecting. All right, so we'll just do spray of Envy, boom, boom, boom. 1, 2, and fun. Couple more for fun. Maybe too much is too much. That's between you and God. No, if you do too much Envy, it might streak on you, right? It's a very robust product, so you just wanna respect it. Try not to use too much. 1 or 2 sprays per panel is fine. I do want this customer to walk away and see water beads when the vehicle hits the rain. So the last thing I want is for it not to bead. So I am adding a little extra Envy, not gonna lie. And Envy is so slick, it almost feels like a ceramic coating. So if I add a little extra in my head, I'm like, well, that means for sure he's gonna feel slickness when he touches the door handle and his paint. Folding towels in 4 is always good etiquette for the paint. All right, I don't think I'm gonna get to the interior windshield streaks. We're doing what we gotta do today. We're getting it done as quickly as we can. We got 10 minutes left. Still gotta do a leaf blower on these wheels, make sure everything's dry, put tire shine on, but we're very close. Rinseless wash dampened towel. Just eats through that polish like nothing. We don't have to get all the polish off. We're literally just emulsifying it, right? We're just getting it worked a little bit, and then we'll use our drying aid, Envy, to finish the job. 1 on the glass, 2 on the glass. 1 on the hatch, 2 on the hatch, boom, 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 boom. All right, I'm pretty sure that's good. Let's do a final leaf blower, get the drips, put tire shine on, and call it a day. All right, so anywhere I see potential drip, I may just do 1 more spray of Envy. This is kind of my redundancy to make sure I got Envy everywhere, to make sure he's going to experience Envy everywhere. Mostly, again, that's kind of like, I just want him to feel the slickness, you know, around door handles, et cetera, and so on and so forth. So pick up any last drips, make sure I got everywhere. Does a little extra Envy as long as you knock it down right away hurt. Not in my book. So I'm gonna make sure, especially this hood, really gets envied. Oh man, the level 1 with the Freebird 400 as my knockdown towel. Phenomenal towels. You can get them at thehouseofrags.com. Use promo code Nick at Night. That's 1 word, Nick at Night. Oh my goodness, save 10%. You'll love your life and you'll save some money. It'll help me out. It's a win-win. Shall we dress these tires and finally kind of give this vehicle the look it deserves? I think we should. These are thirsty old tires, aren't they? A few sprays of DIY Detail tire lotion. Always a great product to use. Boy, these are thirsty tires. They are so thirsty, it's almost like they could use a couple of layers, but we're gonna leave it at that for now and just let it soak in. If you want, you could wait 15 minutes, which we don't have time-wise, and then you can go ahead and add another layer if you'd like. Okay, what I'm doing now, and I'll bring you up close, I'm using tire lotion to kind of restore this trim. Is it permanent restoration? No. Will it make the customer happy today? Yes. We polished away some of that oxidation. Now we're gonna paint some of this tire lotion in. I'll come back and knock it down with a towel, using the brush to be very precise and just give it a nice pop. Even though it's temporary, how sick does that trim look? It looks so good. Get into there with those bristles. This bumper is like oxidized old plastic. I don't know what's going on with it, but that's like faded clear coat. Okay, so I know I kind of was a little sloppy with this brush. So around all this trim, I'm just gonna go above and below it just to make sure I knock it down a little bit. Boy, does that pop nice though, doesn't it? I wish this piece wasn't so different. This needs Restore and Protect. This would get restored with Restore and Protect. But otherwise, guys, man, what a nice transformation in a very short amount of time, huh? If you like this video, please subscribe to the House of Rags. Please like the video, please hype it. Please use my promo code. All of it makes me feel good. All of it's just a way to say thank you. But yeah, just thanks for watching, honestly. If you like this video, subscribe to the channel. You know the promo code, Nick at Night. One word, Nick at Night. Sheesh. Let's go.
Oh.